Those are the ones I did for the pumpkin party. But which one's like the one that's nicest to eat? So that one's extra large, ghostly white pumpkins. Sweet like Pacer when roasted. Okay, so we want to try and find a crown prince squash. Oh, those are squash. Oh, so there is actually... I think I had that one. They were like tiny little pumpkins. So mashed potato squash. No, we don't want that. Celebration squash. Well, we could do because it's your B-day. A goosebump pumpkin. Look at this one. Also known as the Japanese squash.
These ones are a bit wacky.
Yeah.
Interesting
shapes. Anyway, we shall go and explore the pumpkin field.
That the kids have picked up and then they're like,
oh yeah, no, don't want those ones. Look at how big that one is over there. How much are pumpkins? There's like thousands of pounds worth of pumpkins in here.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is quite the experience. Oh my god, they're too cute. Okay, right, pumpkin number 1. See, look, these are the ones that you want. Okay, right, pumpkin in.
Oh, that's a nice one.
That's a nice one, right. Pull. There we go. Perfect. That one back. Okay, oh look, this one's got like a flat bottom. Oh, it's got a big worm in it, that one. No, maybe I might leave that one. Okay, so the question is, which pumpkins are we going to go for? Oh, look, these ones are, that's quite a cute little pumpkin.
I think the one you want to eat is really rare because...
I know, I don't see him currently. Okay, what about, oh no, look, there's this one. Is that the one that they said in terms of eating?
Is that not the funky one?
I don't know, it's got a little spider on him too. Okay, well, we'll take it. Maybe we can ask the lady in terms of like the variation of pumpkin. Like, what type of pumpkin is this? Like, where is the funky looking one? Oh, look, there's one.
Yeah.
Look, the green one. That was it, wasn't it? No? That's the pumpkin we're looking for. This one, no?
Yeah.
This one or that one?
I mean, are we getting the worst pumpkins here?
That's the pumpkin, yes. Okay, see, that one's so cute. See, I like the ones that just look a little bit different. Oh, look, this one's for you.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Look, she is perfection. Christy's going for striving for perfection. I'm looking for the odd ones. Oh, look! It's the little ugly duckling. That is it, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what?
No, I think it might just look... I don't know, actually. Okay, maybe we'll pop him back. We're looking for the dodgy ones. Apparently, they're the tastiest. Christy has picked a very chic pumpkin. It could look, oh look, there are quite a few of them actually, now thinking of looking at it. Look at these ones. I mean, they're literally... I love how there's just so many different variations in one field. Look at this little baby. I mean, how cute is that? Do you think that's tasty? The smallest little pumpkin. I mean, how do they grow so enormous? Does that pumpkin turn into that pumpkin in just a little while? Because it's been fed a little bit too much fertiliser. That one's had too many Krispy Kremes, that one. Right. Yeah, exactly. Right, we're going pumpkin and then champagne. I mean, we could take thousands of pumpkins. However, we've got a cute little haul going on here. Look at this, we've just come into the little shop. You've got like pumpkin carving tools, pumpkin teeth. Look at that, you've got the whole toolkit there. And look at the honey. This looks so lovely. Creamy honey, Lindley honey, Lydden honey. This is so sweet. Guys, I couldn't recommend this enough, so I will leave all of the details down below, and if you're quick, this might still be open. So this is our pumpkin haul, and apparently the grey ones are absolutely delicious, so we're going to make something scrumptious with that pumpkin. Well, now taking the B-Day girl for a B-Day drink. Got lots of birthdays in the last couple of weeks actually, so we're heading to the Ivy for a glass of very well deserved, after pumpkin picking, glass of champagne. We're also having a little peck, so we're having a few little arancini balls. These are absolutely divine. And then some zucchini fritties with some olives, along with lots of champagne. Just got home from the most wholesome pumpkin picking of all time. It was so sweet, and Chrissy just wanted to do something really chilled and very seasonal, so I couldn't think of anything better. And I kind of had hoped that this certain piece would have arrived actually earlier today, so that when she arrived, one of the boys would be wearing it. But basically, I have just opened the cutest little pumpkin outfit. It was so cute, and I didn't quite know how it was gonna look, so I only bought one. So the question is, which lucky, dashing little gentleman is going to model this for us? Odie, I think you quite like wearing jumpers, so why don't we try you first? I promise you, I shall sanitize the butcher's block, but I feel like we need to pop Odie up here so you guys can really experience the whole look. Right, Odie, pull. Can you do the other pull? Okay. Odie's probably going to plot how he's going to murder me in his sleep. Okay, Odes. Right. Wait a minute, wait. Wait, Odes. Oh, guys. Oh no, his ears go through this thing. Odie, wait. I could have actually gone with the smaller size. It's a little bit bigger than I thought. He's like, where is there food on here? I am going to eat everything I possibly can. Odie, show everybody your pumpkin outfit. This is quite exceptional, actually. Right, let's pop you down. And then you can see what he looks like. Oh my goodness me, this is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen. Odes, you look fantastic. You look so handsome. Come on then. Show me how you walk in it. Oh baby, I'm so sorry. But you look so handsome. Come on in, show me. Oh my goodness, a little waddling pumpkin. I've got a life-size pumpkin here. I know. Do you want to be wearing the pumpkin outfit? I think Wiggy wants to wear the pumpkin outfit. Odie, you look so handsome. You look so handsome. Oh my goodness, Mummy. That is the cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, he's quite happy, look at him. He's just chilling in his pumpkin outfit. Now, although I am rather mean for putting the pumpkin outfit on, they have also got new toys. Wait, gentle, Wiggy, you can have one. Okay, well, you can fight over that. And there's another one. And then there's one for you. Let Lancelot have that one. Ruffy, I've got something for you. Ruffy, come here. Ruffy, I've got something for you, baby. I've got something else for you, Ralph. I've got something else for you. Oh my goodness, Mummy. You got me new balls. New balls. You want to take all of them? Let's open these up. You ready? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. Go on then. Go on then. I know, Eggs. I know. Go on then. They love them so much. Oh, what about the teddy? But the teddy. Oh my goodness, they're your new toy. Show Mummy. Is it your new toy? Show Mummy. Yeah. Show me. Show me. So they're so good because they have got squeakers in, but they're not like hideous squeakers. And they can play tug of war, and they've got these rubber things which are so good for their teeth. Oh my gosh, do you love it? Do you love your new toy? Oh my gosh. I don't think it'd be so bad if there was just one, but the fact that there are 4 might send me completely potty. Well, I am in my full comfies today. I've been up since the crack of dawn because it has been just the most sensational day. wall to wall sunshine, and I don't know what it is, but I feel like, oh, the birds are singing. The colours have all of a sudden just erupted. It is just so beautiful out there that I've been sort of walking around the orchard and the field and been on a dog walk and kind of just taking everything in. I think it's one of the first times in a very, very long time, and I mean, I would go probably as far as to say years. Excuse me. I've been playing ball with them, so they still want to play. So they're crying at my feet, so apologies if the little sausage cries are getting on your nerves. But what I was trying to say is that I actually didn't look at my phone once on the dog walk, which is like groundbreaking for me, but it was just gorgeous. And anyway, as you saw earlier, we went to the farm shop just to pick up some ingredients because of course we went pumpkin picking, and I'm not a big carving kind of galley. You know me, I'm a complete foodie. So we are going to be making a scrumptious pumpkin soup, but not your average pumpkin soup. I sometimes think pumpkin soup can be a little bit bland, not very flavoursome, and just a bit boring, to be honest with you. And of course, we're none of those things around here. So we're going to be adding a little bit of a Leonora spice, a bit of a twist to a pumpkin soup. So in terms of ingredients, and also just making sure you guys are in focus, you are going to need a pumpkin. Now, this is the pumpkin that we picked the other day with Christy for her birthday, which was just so gorgeous. She said she wanted to do something super wholesome, and she loves all things like autumn pumpkins, and she was actually hosting a dinner party last night and wanted to use the little white ghost pumpkins as little name places on her table, so it was so gorgeous. And apparently these grey ghost pumpkins are really delicious. They're very rich, they're quite silky, and apparently great in a soup. So first and foremost, you're going to need to get yourself a pumpkin. Now, it could be the pumpkin that maybe your kids have carved. You've sort of had it out for a little while and it's looking a bit sad, but you can also sort of be super sustainable and turn that into something that will be delicious to eat. So you're also going to need 1 onion, so just get yourself some, you know, basic, classic golden onions. I am actually going to pop a knob of ginger in mine. I told you, we're gonna spice things up. I'm also gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, and then I've got some beautiful spices here. So we've got ground cumin, and I never do a pumpkin soup without ground cumin. It just works, it goes so well. And then I'll also sprinkle a few of the cumin seeds on the top. We've got ground coriander, and we've got garam masala, which I just think is such a delicious, I feel like it's so underrated and goes so well with anything like squash, sweet potato, pumpkin. It's an absolute hit. Of course, salt and pepper, and then you're going to need to get yourself some veg stock. This is actually ready to use. This is what I picked up in the farm shop this morning. It's Potts ready to use vegetable stock, locked in flavour and 100% recyclable. Take your food to the next level. Yes! This is the type of quote we need for today. So that is what we are going to do. I tell you what, I've had just the best day, and now doing this together, this is literally like my dream Saturday. So we're gonna need a very large knife. I think what I might do actually first is I'm gonna take this pumpkin over to the sink and we're gonna give her a good old wash. Okay, so she's nice and clean, and actually you can kind of really see her colour and all of her beautiful imperfections. I just think it's so gorgeous and just amazing to see how many different variations of pumpkins there were. And that pumpkin patch was absolutely amazing. there were so many different variations. As you can see, I also picked up one of these gorgeous little beauties, and a little bit later on, maybe next week, I think what I'm going to do is do like a stuffed pumpkin recipe. I've seen a couple of recipes. I think I'm going to save that one. But there were just so many different variations. And also want to add is that they weren't like placed. I know a lot of these different pumpkin places sort of like pick all the pumpkins and then just go and put them in a field for obviously kids. And I feel like the whole of Instagram and TikTok are currently going to a pumpkin patch and taking pictures. And I must say I did feel a bit odd going there without a child, but it's what Christy wanted to do, so that's what we did. But yeah, just so many different types of pumpkins all in one field, and they were all still attached by their stalks. So I'm not gonna wave this knife around any longer. We are going to get into this pumpkin, and we're gonna take out all of the seeds, and we're gonna save the seeds because I'm gonna pop those in the agar, and they're gonna be so delicious on the top of our soup once she's ready. Oh my gosh, what a workout this is. There we go. If in doubt, give it a serious bang. And look at the color. Oh. Also, instantly the smell. Gosh, it's so fragrant. And look at that vibrant orange and all of those beautiful seeds. So I'm gonna get myself a tray. We're gonna scoop out the seeds onto one, and then we're gonna roast the pumpkin on the other. Now there are lots of different ways that you can make pumpkin soup. You can cut it up into cubes and boil it down and then just pop it into a blender, or you can in fact roast the pumpkin. I think by roasting it just adds a different texture, a lot more flavor, and it just, I personally think, ends up being a more delicious and wholesome soup doing it that way than sort of just boiling it down. But it also comes down to time as well. If you just want to do something quite quick, then just popping it all into a saucepan and letting it do its magic is great in terms of time, but I do think we can add so much more flavor. Right, so get all of these seeds out. God, what a beautiful pumpkin. And then I'm going to cut it up into quarters. I'm just going to roast it. A little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to go straight into the agar. Okay, so that is one side of the pumpkin all done. So I'm going to pop that to one side. Quickly go ahead and get all of the seeds out of this side. Okay, so up next, we are going to season them and just drizzle some olive oil over the pumpkin before it heads into the oven. But we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of the garam masala. I'd say heaped teaspoon. And then 1 teaspoon of that ground coriander. And then I would eyeball it, but probably around about 2 tablespoons. 2.5 tablespoons of good olive oil. I'm gonna mix all of that together. Oh, almost forgot the cumin. One of the most important parts. Also going to want a teaspoon, and I would definitely suggest it to be a heaped one. Into that olive oil, mix it all together, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you guys to try this recipe. It is so, so good. And now we're gonna drizzle that over the top of our pumpkins, also adding a tiny bit of flake salt. Always season, always, always season. So a little bit of flake salt, pepper, and then we're going to drizzle this over the top. So if I bring you around here a little bit, you can have a little look at what I'm doing down here. We're just going to drizzle this olive oil over the pumpkin, and then I'm going to massage it in, flip it over just so that that olive oil is all over. Gorgeous pumpkins. I'm so excited to try. this variation because I've heard some remarkable things, I must admit. Now, I'm just actually going to roll my sleeves up and just make sure that all of those spices are on both sides of the pumpkin. So by all means, pop a pair of gloves on if you want to. If not, you know what I'm like, roll your sleeves up and get your hands dirty. I definitely think those were sort of my show jumping days, where yes, I could look glamorous 99% of the time. However, I'm pretty good at shoveling as well. I'm probably gonna have to beep that, but there's no, shoveling muck maybe is a better term. Oh gosh, add professional beep shoveler to the CV. Okay, right, I'm gonna go and wash my hands quickly, and then we're gonna do a little bit more salt and pepper, drizzle more olive oil, and Bob's your uncle, she's ready for the arga. Hands are clean, hands are drying, tiny bit more salt, because I think a pumpkin soup can actually be made by a touch of salt, trust me. And that's why I say, go back to being quite bland, but you wait until you try this. Now our pumpkin is ready for the oven. Depends upon which oven you have. If you have an Argo, then I would suggest to pop it actually at the bottom middle one. You can pop it in the top oven, however it is really hot. If not, if you're just using normal oven, 180 degrees, around about 40-45 minutes. I think what I'm gonna do is actually pop it into the Arga. That slow roasting makes such a big difference. So I've got my little Arga slug here, who I'm going to have to scooch out of the way. You are quite literally a pumpkin. I mean, look at him. He's so delicious. He's Mummy's little pumpkin. We could turn you into a soup. We could turn you into a soup. Little bit of cumin, bit of olive oil. I don't think you taste very nice. Because you're actually a revolting child. Yes. Disgusting. Oh, Odie's just chilling out. They are having a major snuggly day, quite literally Arga slugs today on every level. Now I'm going to take my pumpkin seeds over to the sink and I'm going to wash off all of the sort of like slimy stuff, and then we're going to be left with just the clean pumpkin seeds, and we're going to roast those with some cumin and some olive oil, a few little cumin seeds as well, and they're going to be so crunchy and delicious for the top of our soup. Okay, so those are our pumpkin seeds all washed. I've tried to get off as much of that sort of pumpkin stringiness as possible, and I'm now going to just drizzle a tiny bit of olive oil over them. I'm going to give that a toss around, and then we're also going to add some cumin. Oh, I love cumin. I think it adds such an interesting flavour and depth to this soup, and I just love the fact that we can use basically the whole pumpkin and it's going to taste just insane. Now I'm going to actually also add some of the seeds. I always manage to pour almost the whole pot on each time I do this, so I need to be super careful. There we go. And then a tiny bit of flaked salt. Now I want to just give that a mix around, just making sure that all of those spices are coating each and every single pumpkin seed. And they're going to just go actually in the top oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're golden. And we're going to be crunchy and delicious for the top of our soup. You actually also do need double cream for this recipe. You don't have to, however, I would highly suggest it. Now, whilst they are in the oven roasting, we're going to get ahead of the game. So I've got my one white onion. I'll tell you what, the question is, the big question, do I need to go and get my sunglasses? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my dear goodness gracious me. Those are so strong. Oh gosh, I have no idea whose glasses these are. These are really not the one. You know when people people just sort of leave their sunglasses at your house. I mean, whose are these? But they're gonna do the job. I look utterly ridiculous, but at least I won't be crying. I will not be crying. So you're going to want to finely chop a white onion, and this is gonna be the base of our soup. So we're gonna do the onion, the garlic, a little bit more olive oil, gonna add a few more spices, bit of chili, and of course the ginger in there as well. And then I'm gonna add the vegetable stock, and we're just gonna let it simmer. I am actually gonna fry the spices into the onions first, let them sweat down, and then once they are fully combined, we're gonna be ready to rock and roll with that stock. And then literally as soon as those pumpkins are ready to come out of the oven, we have to let them cool a little bit because we are going to be scooping them out of their skin, so they are gonna be very hot. Oh my gosh, this onion's getting me through the sunglasses. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, onions are done. Onions are done. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's even getting me with the sunglasses on. Okay, we're moving over to the hob. We need to get a gorgeous pan for our soup. I love this because it's just my happy colour. Pale pink Le Creuset. Doesn't get better. Beautiful gold knob, and it's just a great pot to sort of do stews and soups and all of that sort of thing. I'm gonna add the onions in with a little bit of olive oil and just let those sweat down. Beautiful Greek olive oil. This is just delicious. A good swig of that in there. Mix it around and just let those sweat down. I'm gonna head back over to the butcher's block just to chop the garlic and the ginger. Gonna add a little bit more spice. So I'm gonna add probably half a teaspoon of the garam masala to the onions. And just let those sweat down. I'm gonna add in 2 garlic cloves. Oh, these are big ones. Mmm, delish. I mean, look at the size of those garlic cloves. They're enormous, absolutely enormous. You can get ahead of the game by doing this bit first. So like I said, as soon as the pumpkin is ready to be scooped out of their skins, you add it into this, and then you get the big blitzer. I actually just use my hand blitzer and blend it into the consistency that you wish, whether you want it super thick, and then you can drizzle in, oh, the best bit, the double cream. Garlic and those spices are in. Add a little bit more flake sea salt. Trust me, I really think a pumpkin soup is all about the seasoning. It's just gonna add such depth, such flavour. Oh, the onions are still getting me. The texture is going to be delicious. That sort of sweet creaminess taste if you get the crunch from the pumpkin seeds. And oh, I'm crying again. But trust me when I say this is an outstanding recipe. So I'm just gonna let those sweat for about 5 minutes, or until the onions have gone that translucent colour, so you can kind of see through the onions. Then I'm gonna add the ginger and just sort of combine all of those flavours together. And once the ginger has almost sweat down into the onion mixture, we're gonna add our vegetable stock. Okay, so we're just going to let our soup simmer until the pumpkin is ready. And in the meantime, I have to admit to you guys, I am absolutely hooked by a program called Rivals. It is a Jilly Cooper, just extraordinary program that I feel is like very close to home. It's based in the Cotswolds around just the most, I mean, very raw characters. The main character is a gentleman called Rupert Campbell Black, and he's hilarious. He was an Olympic show jumper. Honestly, the storyline is absolutely fabulous. I mean, there is really rather a lot of raunchy business, let's just put it that way. I must say I got a little bit sweaty under my collar. And probably a good thing that I'm watching it alone, because I do not want my husband getting any ideas. But I'm absolutely hooked. I think I've watched 6 episodes. So bad, binge watched it. So I am going to go back to watch the rest of the episode that I'm watching, and in that time the soup will be simmering away. Our pumpkins will be beautifully roasting. I don't know whether you can hear, but the pumpkin seeds are popping away, which is so exciting. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I would highly recommend Rivals on Disney Plus. It is genuinely incredible. Okay, so I'm taking it one step further. I actually cannot wait for this. So I bought a beautiful sourdough loaf. And again, these are kind of like naughties for me because, as you guys know, I don't really eat dairy, and I struggle with gluten, but they are my favorite things. And I just think with a hearty, wholesome soup, you need a bit of dip value. Oh, and then just to top the whole shebang off, Gruyere cheese. There's something about pumpkin spice and Gruyere cheese that literally gives me goosebumps. So what I'm gonna do is actually pop the sourdough into the agar just to toast lightly first, and then we are going to add the Gruyere cheese on the top just to melt. And then I can sort of like, stretch it apart and dip it into the soup. But I would say that our pumpkin has got to be pretty much ready. Oh wow, the smell from the second you open that oven is going to get your taste buds salivating. Okay, so you want to be able to pop your fork or your knife all the way through. Sorry about that. That was Alex calling me, telling me about her day, and I was like, I'm so close to being able to eat my pumpkin soup. So as soon as I'm finished, I'm going to call her back. So basically what we want to be able to do is pop your knife or your fork all the way through, and your pumpkin has got to be so soft, and that way it's going to be so easy to take off of its skins. So just to show you what that looks like, literally the knife will just so easily, like a hot knife through butter, and those are ready to be scooped into our soup. Okay, so that is all of our pumpkins scooped out and popped into the base of our soup mixture. Just want to make sure that all combined. I'm actually going to pop it back on the hob for a few minutes. Oh, you guys are steaming up. And then we're going to blitz it, add the double cream. And then that delicious sourdough loaf with the Gruyere cheese, and she's going to be ready to be ingested. So I'm just bringing our soup mixture to a simmer, and I'm just going to add the double cream. I hand pour this, but I'd probably say around about 150 mils. I'm wildly guessing there, but of course I will leave the recipe down below. But have a little look at that. Oh my gosh, this is going to be delicious. And you also want to save, I'd say about 100 mils into the soup at this point, and then you want to save 50 mils to be able to pour when you serve. So I'm just going to let that mix all together, and then we're going to take it back over to the butcher's block and we're going to hand blitz it into a thick, creamy and delicious soup. Okay, it's time to blitz. This is a Russell Hobbs just handheld zhuzh blitzer, and it's a fair one. You could pop this into like a Thermomix if you wanted to, or even a blender, Vitamix. However, I think this is less mess and does the job perfectly. And there we go. So that is our soup all blitzed up, and it is the perfect consistency, if I'm allowed to say so myself. Now, this is where you kind of want to do a little bit of a, oh my good God, it's so good. All of those flavors. This is where you might want to add maybe a little bit of cracked black pepper, salt. I actually personally think that needs absolutely nothing. That is outstanding. Oh my gosh. It packs a punch. It's so flavoursome. All of those gorgeous spices, yet it's creamy and it's silky and it's so wholesome. This is literally going to warm me up from the inside out. Now, I've got my little sourdough slither in the Arga, which is just toasting up. And I'm going to lay my Gruyere cheese just on the top, let that melt, popping it back in the Arga for a few minutes. And then I'm actually just going to have a few more little teaspoons of this. And to serve, I'm going to get a ladle, pop it into a warmed soup bowl, any soup bowl of your choice. However, I would suggest that you either pop it in the microwave if you don't have a warming oven, or even just whack the oven on, or from when you've been slow roasting your pumpkins, just whack the bowl in, make sure it is oven proof, and it just takes the chill off of the bowl, just meaning that your soup stays warm, because you'll be surprised that the second this hot soup touches a cold bowl, it's not the same. I know it's such a weird thing to say, but trust me on that one. And then I'm gonna drizzle a tiny bit more double cream, and I'm gonna sprinkle those pumpkin seeds on the top. And then I'm going to quite literally dig in. Okay, here goes. Oh gosh. This is going to be so delicious. And it's also a soup that really, really fills you up. So yes, this is my dinner. As you can see, it has now gone pitch black, but was the most beautiful sunset, of which I managed to run outside, sort of throw Dora the Explorer in the air and capture something magical, which you guys will see just after this. So that is our pumpkin soup in the bowl. I'm just going to drizzle a tiny touch of cream on the top. And then the final little piece de la resistance is going to be those crispy pumpkin seeds for the top. Oh wowzaroos, this looks insane. And then I've got my Gruyere melted toast to dip and eat, honestly. So naughty, but so good. Now the moment of truth. I think it might actually be my best soup recipe. That is a huge statement. Huge! But so true. Oh my giddy aunt. But I feel like the real moment is gonna come. I'm gonna dip that in there. Guys, I have no words. No words.
buy all of the ingredients, go to the supermarket tomorrow, make this, and enjoy. You guys can thank me later. That's all I'm saying. So I am going to go and have a date on the sofa with 4 dashing Dachshunds and go and watch the most binge-worthy television series I think I've seen since Gossip Girl. But it's a lot sexier. It's set in the Cotswolds. And woo, all I can suggest is you might want to watch it without the husbands. Otherwise, I think it might give them all a few too many ideas. Anyway, bon appetit everybody. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, sending you so much love.